Let's start out with what we usually start out, history on this body of water. What does this body of water set it up? What's past been like, everything?
Just to start it off, I'm happy this week is over. We're sitting here having a beer because, yeah.
It's the morning of day one, and everyone launches their boats to an unexpected, blustery northwest wind. This was not in the forecast, but everybody also was smart enough to know, hey, I'm not going to make decisions until I see it. Well, now we've seen it, and it's not what many of the guys were hoping for.
Are you gonna make that 90-some mile run where now it's gonna take twice as long because you can only go half as fast? Or are you gonna go to plan B and hit up something a little more local and buy more time on the water?
I got nothing else, I gotta try. I just don't think I'm gonna make it. Well, I'm just not gonna be able to go fast enough. I mean, if it's blowing, if it's white capping in here, it's gonna be big up north. I don't know. I literally don't know.
I think this cold front's gonna piss those walleyes off. And they're gonna be mad our lures are even close to them.
So we know the bite's gonna be brutal, it's gonna be tough. The thing is, you've got the best walleye anglers in the world. Someone is always gonna catch them. I don't care if the fish are lockjaw, people haven't caught a single fish in a week of practice. Someone's gonna bring in 3 of the biggest walleyes you've probably ever seen in your life, and everyone's gonna be chasing them on day 2.
On up here, South Dakota, boat number 85, your pro anglers, Dwayne Gell. And NWT Pro, Max Wilson.
Out of everyone that we're following, Max is the only one that makes the decision and sticks with it, that he's gonna send it up to Big Bay. He's going for it. John gets to his best spot and notices 2 things. Number 1, the wind has changed. And number 2, there's a lot of other boats in the area. And immediately the confidence drops. And as he fishes, the confidence is sinking more and more to the point where I'm not sure if he'd throw back a 3-pounder, let alone a 5-pounder.
Wind knot, gone bad.
So I showed up on my starting spot. The wind's 180-degree difference. I didn't really care about water temp. It was all pretty stable. If anything, that would have made my lure choice different. But I'm like, that's fine. We have to run this stuff. Like, we have to, obviously. There's just a lot of walleyes in this area. Run the one side, nothing. Run the other side now on the windward side. Excited about fishing that every cast, just picturing a walleye following. Okay, fine. They got to be over here, though. There you go. 3.5 hours. Boom. Gone. Can't get it back.
I am so ready to set the hook right in. I need the Great Lakes adrenaline rush.
The lipless crankbait bite that John found the last day of practice and that Dusty emulated completely fizzled out.
Oh, and you catch one?
What'd you say?
Have you caught one?
I have not caught one.
Same.
Yeah, this is fun.
Times are tough.
Times are tough.
All right, we're out of here. We're about to go on a ride.
Like he's gonna come up to me after he weighs his giant bag this afternoon and be like, "Remember when I talked to you? Yeah, I was just messing with you."
I wanted to go north, 100%. That's where I caught my fish, all of 3 fish. But I just day 1 for sure. I wouldn't have made it, 100%.
Fish. Feels like a walleye. Ah, no. I thought that was gonna be a walleye for sure.
Day 1 is tough for Owen as well, and he's going hours and hours and hours without a bite. And what that does to a tournament fisherman, it fatigues you mentally, it fatigues you physically. For him to stay in it and get 1 keeper late in the day, That shows you the kind of work ethic this kid has.
I've never been so excited to catch a walleye. Either. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, we did it. We got one.
Max decides to make the run, and Max has actually had a pretty well-documented career of not making these mega runs and finding a way to make these bites work because he likes having more fishing time. He believes that you give him enough time and he has the talents to make it work.
We'll feel the pain later. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I know that sucked. 100-mile run, complete.
This is the one exception. This is the longest run Max has ever made in his career. He can see fish on his forward-facing sonar. They'll even react to the bait, and they're consistently reacting to the bait, but they're not really eating it, which is an angler's worst nightmare. The long run didn't pan out exactly like Max would have liked. He got to one fish, but he was thinking that if I'm gonna make that run, I gotta make this worth my while, and it was a subpar first day.
We only had, day one, I think I only had 2.5 hours to fish, if not less. And I bounced around too much, and then next thing I know, I'm heading back, and it calmed down, but we were in following seas, so that hurt even more. Get gas again, and you know, then another 40-something miles back, and you get back, and you know, I broke a few small things, screws popping out on the boat, you know, and you're just sitting there like, God, I have to do this again tomorrow.
Try where we first started, bring that bottom bouncer in and just set it back in the corner. And then we'll try it just for a little bit, and then we're gonna make a move.
To this point, Dusty hasn't been pleased with his season, and having roommates like Dewey and John probably only exacerbates that problem, knowing what amazing partners you have and seeing their success. Dusty wants to get this turned around right away.
Yeah, I mean, you know there's a chance you could zero, but it, you know, never really crosses your mind that it's gonna happen to you. But when it's noon and you're sitting on zero, you're like, it could happen. And a lot of people will quit at noon and just keep going, you know, like all you gotta do is catch 3. On a bite like this, you can never just give up. I think I'm finally getting older and a little more confident, and I just kept it cool. Literally, I got back here 2 miles from takeoff and just put my head down and made one key cast with a jig and a crawler. 3 big ones followed it down, 1 bit it. That was like close to a 10-pounder.
John is bouncing around, going crazy, going from spot to spot in this triangular fashion, and it wasn't until with about an hour left in the day that he's able to box one nice 7.5 pounder. That sort of saves his day and makes sure this is not a repeat of 2021 where he caught nothing.
Did I mention that we captured a walleye? We almost went golfing at like noon over in Peninsula Point Park. Glad we didn't. It's the right size. Just didn't have any friends with her.
Welcome everyone, 2024 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour presented by Progressive. Thank you so much for joining us already here at Breakwater Park in Oconto. We're going to be awarding a brand new Ranger boat, $15,000 to the winner. John wouldn't mind some new keys to a boat.
Oh yeah.
Why not try to go ahead and sell another boat? up here with their one fish. 7 pounds, 7 ounces. 7 pounds, 7 ounces. Certainly a solid fish today.
You need a weigh bag?
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Let's bring up out of here South Dakota, Dewey Gel. He's coming up with his co-angler Tyler Anderson of Belleville, Wisconsin. They got 2 fish. Certainly one of the right ones. 2 fish. 11 pounds and 12 ounces. That puts you in 24th place right now, Dwayne.
He was able to put together a pretty strong bag. 2 fish sounds bad, but 2 fish in double digits keeps you in the game.
Small one to go with the big one. That's
Dusty Minky coming up here. Hey, man. We got 3 in there, we got 2 in there.
just 2, unfortunately.
Just 2, unfortunately. 12 pounds, 5 ounces, man. 12 pounds, 5 ounces. Congratulations. This is going to be another good one.
Freaking sled. Nice work.
You didn't zero.
2 pounds, 2 ounces. 1 fish. There you go, bud.
Don't be like that. That is a walleye. I traveled 200 miles round trip for this. Thank you. I got my points, and now I'm gonna weigh it in. I'm gonna go drink lots and lots and lots and lots of beer till I forget that my back hurts.
1 fish gonna crack 5 pounds, about 5 3/4, not quite 5 pounds, 11 ounces.
Yeah, that was the farthest I have ever gone in a boat. I swung for it, yesterday I checked those fish, I had a 32, another 29 yesterday. They were there, they didn't go, and I started bouncing around and my other spot dried up, so it's just one of them days. But Green Bay, it's a fickle thing. You're gonna stop sending us here in June. We're gonna stop that.
Congratulations, guys, great job. We'll see you on day 2 here in Oconto.
What's that?
I caught a little bluegill or something.
Oh, nice. That a boy.
I caught it right next to what's like a micro ice fishing. Little micro ice fishing.
That a boy. That very well could be a record. I don't know, has there ever been that many zeros? You get no fish, you get no points. So, I mean, that's what I thought. At a minimum, like, catch a fish. I don't care how big it is, catch a darn fish. And yeah, we went till it was 12:30. I finally got one.
Bill only managed 1 fish the first day, but his team is on him. Jake L is in contention to win this thing. The fish in the mud are bigger than expected, and Bill has a chance to move up on day 2.
So my call for tomorrow must have had Max today, and he needs some ice apparently. Max, you might want to slow down a little bit because Greg right now is covered in ice. So we're gonna have to be nicer to Greg tomorrow than Max was nice to him. Apparently.
Yeah. I've fished as a kill on big water, Great Lakes. And man, when that wind is blowing, even when it's not blowing, I mean, these guys just go so hard. You think, hey, I'm just gonna sign up and get a free guide trip and catch walleyes and learn about their secret spots. And in reality, in some of these big water tournaments, you're holding on for dear life. Like, I can't physically do this. I don't think I'm gonna make it there. And you do, and you have to. You got no other choice but go big or go home, right? They're making those runs knowing that they're not going to have a whole lot of time to fish, but if they get 3 bites, they turn around and make that long run back home and they're right in the hunt.
I'm really not a big fan of tour level gold right now. Seems like they are always filming me when I'm the most tired. Today I'm exponentially tired and sore. I tweaked my shoulder driving my boat. It literally bothered me all day. Yeah, couldn't be happier about my 1 walleye. Literally cast over there, ate it instantly. I was like, oh, they're biting now. No, they weren't, because there was only 1 walleye in that entire spot.
3 for 11. Dwayne Jelm, 2 for 11. Dustin Mankey, 2 for 12. What?
What place?
24, 23, Dusty.
You will hear tournament fishermen sandbagging and sort of whining and complaining about how tough the bite is. This time it's not hyperbole. About half the field took a 0 the first day of the tournament.
1, 2, 3.
We've caught 14 walleyes.
In 7 days.
It's not bad.
That's not good.
I'm gonna catch 3 more tomorrow.
Do it.
All big ones.
Triple dog dare.
Dusty. What? How many walleyes did you catch today?
2.
Okay.
Put it on there. I had 1.
You had 1?
Yep.
Okay.
Can we start adding poundage? Because I kicked your ass, dude.
John's in the lead. I got Dusty by 1.
Clean grass if you want to see these fish.
Hook 3, land 3, hug 3, kiss 3, weigh 3. Over 8 pounds. And my secondary goal is catch one on a gall dang jig and a crawler.
Motor started, that's always nice.
We're going back into pre-fish mode because that's what worked the last day of practice. So, yeah, had some good days in practice, and that's what we're going to do today.
I think we're gonna catch them today. At least 3 of them. Only caught 3 fish 2 times since I've been here. One of them was yesterday. I threw one back, but it was a little guy.
Second and final day here in Oconto, Wisconsin. Green Bay, 26 pounds, 9 ounces, leads it. Sitting in third place, boat number 90 out of Kewanee, Wisconsin, pro angler Eric McCoy. It's pro angler Bill Shimoda. We'll see you guys back here this afternoon for the final weigh-in here in Oconto. Good luck.
Day 2 launches. It's a totally different day. It's flat, which is great for running. Guys can travel wherever they want to, but a lot of guys are worried that, hey, the wind is the one thing that was gonna kind of help my bite and kind of disguise my bait and disguise my presence. I've got no wind, the bite might actually even be tougher.
Well, we're here. This is where I caught my 2 fish yesterday, and things have changed. They were higher up in the water column. Now they seem to be less fish, and the ones that are here are way lower to the bottom. But the water temps seem to be a little higher. There's a little less wind, so we might get to run around and check some other stuff. But so far, this spot is not looking like it did yesterday. It's crazy how these fish chase the bait and then they give up. Gosh, they're down here. Ugh, they're so frustrating here, man. Dude, they're all over the place. Heck, I'll take any bite. Walleye. Guess it wasn't meant to keep. I don't even think it was legal. That's not going in the box. We're gonna move about 4 miles south. And then after that, if they're not there, we'll know pretty quick, and then we're gonna go straight across the bay.
$100-mile run done. Time to finish. Here we go.
Quick, move my rod. All right, just fight your fish.
Boom, Maxie. Boom. There you go. And you know what? I caught a fish off of a jig and a crawler. After all week, them not eating it, they done did ate it. No! That was a 5-something. So we're sitting there with 1 fish, and those fish just shut off for me. it's my next best option, just go explore, you know. And so I roll in there, and there was a bunch of boats in the back of the bay. And I sat out in the middle, way away from everyone else, and I put the live scope down, and I started scanning, and I see legitimately one of the biggest schools of walleyes I've ever seen. Or there had been at least 500 fish in this school. I mean, I would pan from all the way to the left, all the way across to the right, and it was just fish as far as you could see. Rack a 5-pounder right away. Number 2, they're eating, and all of them were chasing, they were active. Like, there was not a doubt in my mind that we were going to catch our third. So then came one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. I'm looking at that fish and I'm weighing it in my mind, and I'm like, I had about a half hour left of fishing, and I'm sitting there like, what do I do? Do I take the points, take the extra 3 pounds, or do I try and capitalize on this bite window that I've been waiting for in the school I've been waiting for?
What do you think?
You make the call.
What do you think, buddy?
You're the man. It's not my call. Fun.
God, this is tough. I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. Boom, now we can go home, boys. Let's go. That's why you make big decisions.
That was a 3-pound upgrade.
Right there, hey. That's the difference right there. Let's go. Now we can go home. Boom, baby, let's go. Thank you.
3-pound upgrade.
Had a lot of ground to make up today. We made up the ground. It's not gonna do much, but it's a great day. Now, it's time to go 100 miles back.
You can hear me?
Yep.
You're lucky. I was only gonna try that once. And I just gave you a full recap of our day. I'm not doing it again. Anyways, I'm throwing the same lures I was yesterday, and I still haven't had a bite, and I've been casting the same stuff. And I'm starting to feel really dumb about it, but just too optimistic. How can there not be a big walleye sitting up here, just enjoying life in that current, that structure, beautiful surrounding island? And then even if it's not hungry, I would think that this thing would make it mad enough that it would just nip it, bite it, pick it up off the bottom. Yeah, you hear that thing, ladies? That's 400 horses. Prepare a cabin for departure.
John's second day is very similar to the first day, where he's bouncing around, hitting his different spots.
This is like crazy in here. There's muskies, pike, giant walleyes, big drum. Literally been losing my mind.
The bite is not easy, but once again, late in the day, he cobbles together, this time, 2 keepers, which salvages his tournament.
Wow, what a fight. These things are annoyingly frisky.
Keeps him in Angler of the Year position. But it's not a great tournament by any means. It's not what he wanted.
It's a big walleye. Yeah. Get ready. Nice scoop. Bobber, down. Thinking about ripping you out of bobber. You want a bobber? It's a bobber party now. It was just one of those tournaments, no matter how confident you were or what, like this bite was just volatile. Like it'll humble the best fisherman. Swimming away. See him out there, 40 feet. Yeah, nice. Does it feel heavy? I mean, look at the leaderboard. Some of the guys are the best on this body of water. It's humbling. You know what I mean? Got him. Not the brand we wanted.
Dusty's day 2 is very similar to day 1, where he catches 2 keepers on slip bobbers and crawlers, and it's enough to get him a check. He's happy with it, but it's an absolute grinder of a tournament. But this is progress for Dusty. This is his best tournament of the year so far.
Last year I cashed quite a few, and this year's been a little weird. You know, I've had issues with, you know, motor problems and just not like getting into the groove, and finally feels good to land a little bit of money, and my points are good.
That was so much nicer today. So much. Oh my God.
Max Wilson is going with Thomas Blanchard out of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Max had 5 pounds, 11 ounces yesterday. Told me he never wants to come here again. In June. Okay, in June. We'll add that clarifier there. 10 pounds, 13 ounces for Thomas. Gonna be a good weight. Certainly has a chance to cash checks on both sides. Max Wilson puts on 16 pounds, 11 ounces, 22 pounds, 6 ounces, 2-day weight.
Gallons of gas today. It's way nicer than yesterday. And I caught 3. I caught 4 actually.
Day 2 for Dewey is a complete disaster, but it's not without a lot of effort. He's sampling new areas, he's sampling old areas.
I've only seen probably like 1 walleye here. It is crazy. Never seen fish move this much. Ripping rap's gonna work up here, but I'll try it a couple times.
It was honestly one of the hardest days of not only tournament fishing, but just fishing in general. Just like it is so hard to stay mentally focused all day long. Like yesterday I came in with 30 seconds, I came in with 1 minute today. Like, cause you're looking for one fish.
But Dewey Jelm, who was the hottest stick on tour for most of last year, just took a 0.
Oh, that was horrible.
To put into perspective how tough that bite was, Dewey, he's one of the best walleye fishermen in the entire world. To come out of there not weighing one, not catching one, I mean, just try to fathom how tough that bite must have been.
Bill's a guy that prides himself on consistency. Every year his first goal is I've got to make the championship, and that's something that he's done every single year. After catching 2 fish on Green Bay, he's going to be right on the bubble. It's now a stressful time. It's make or break at Sakakawea.
For sure we'd get 3 today.
Out of Walker, Minnesota with 12 pounds and 5 ounces. Your pro anglers, Dusty Minky, coming to the stage. Setting a couple of fish on the scale here today. Weighing 10 pounds, 12 ounces today. 10, 12 today, 23 pounds and an ounce.
Owen experiences the ultimate tournament fishing failure. He takes a 0. Sometimes the humbling side of fishing comes through, and another bad tournament for Owen Wilcox.
What did you get? Come on. Sorry.
From Keosauqua, Iowa, your pro anglers, John Hoyer. 7 gonna weigh 10 pounds, 8 ounces today. 17-15 for your 2-day total, bud. The young man who was in 3rd place yesterday out of Kewanee, Wisconsin. Got a heck of a pedigree behind him though. 23 pounds, 14 ounces yesterday. Eric McCoy, your pro angler. He needs 18 pounds, 5 ounces to take the lead. The scale locks in 20 pounds even. Your pro winner, Eric McCoy. Congratulations, my friend.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Way to go. Sick.
The winner, Eric McCoy, he was trying to find areas that didn't have alewives, and then he was making unbelievably long casts where he was hitting a dinner plate, sometimes as far as 90 feet away from the boat. And he'd actually get those fish to commit 50 to 70 feet from the boat, which is astonishing to have that kind of precision on the Great Lakes.
So it's finally time to put Green Bay in the rearview mirror, and what do you know? Eric McCoy and Hunter Nitty are right up there again, and it's almost like they're this year's version of Dewey and Hoyer, giving them a serious run for their money.
Green Bay was a brutal, humbling tournament, and it just shows you the two sides of tournament angling. Sometimes you're the hero, and for the most part, tour level gold was a 0 at Green Bay.
What did you catch?
17.
Today?
Yeah.
Plus what, yesterday?
5.
So you beat me again.
I even threw one back.
Are you fishing Graha?
No.
Oh.
No, so you...
Interesting how you just pick your spots.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. It's fine.
That's 2 in a row now, John.
Why don't you
on Green Bay. On Green Bay, John. Just built different. You know what I'm saying?
Max, I'm not gonna lie, I only really count victories as success.
Yeah. Well,
other than that, it's 2nd loser, 3rd loser, 4th loser.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm not as good as you, so I have to appreciate when I beat you. It's so rare.
Definitely not as good at trash talking.
Yeah. Well, I don't need a trash talk. I just beat you. We actually love each other.
Thanks for the walleye lesson again.
You're welcome. I know you'll get them at SAC.
I've never even fished there that time of year.
I think we're just gonna, cast stuff at them and then set the hook. I don't want to give away secrets, but you could probably troll them there. You could probably get on a good bite doing it.
You know what I'm thinking right now?
What's that?
It would be like classic to do the old, you know what I'm saying?
I got good rain gear.
If there wasn't other people around.
Good luck at the Graha, buddy.
Thanks, we don't need it.
I know.